Clint Eastwood's 50-year career as a director is marked by his unique style, diverse filmography, and critical acclaim. He has made many influential films, earning many awards and nominations. Join us, the Rewind Zone, as we examine the finances of his legendary career and see which films shine above the rest. To compare all films equally, we have had to use inflation-adjusted figures. This means adjusting figures from all past movies to reflect 2023 values using an inflation calculator. Before we begin, I think it's important to state that these figures are in no way a true reflection of the film's full financial results. We can only use the information provided, like budgets and revenues, to submit our findings. To give you some context of the scale of Clint Eastwood's portfolio, we have calculated his stats as both a director and an actor. According to these figures, Clint ranks as the 11th most successful director in Hollywood for the US box office. This is an overview of Clint Eastwood's career as a director. It began with Play Misty for Me in 1971 when Clint was 40 years old. He directed a further 39 films, with his last film being Cry Macho, released in 2021 when he was 90 years old. There is so much information that we have gathered, so I've decided to break this video into 3 categories. In this first segment, we will delve into the highest and lowest for budget, profitability, and return on investment. Of all Clint's films, Space Cowboys from 2000 takes the title for the highest adjusted budget of $100 million. It's easy to understand why, with the ensemble cast, the special effects, and the blockbuster nature of this film. It is an unusual film in Clint's repertoire, but it was a financial success nonetheless. The lowest of Clint's budgets came in 1973's Breezy. This was Eastwood's 3rd film at the helm, soon after the successful High Plains Drifter had been released earlier in the same year. In 1973, the original budget was just $1.5 million. An interesting summation for me was to see which films were Clint's most profitable. 2014's American Sniper made a whopping $525 million profit. The film starred Hollywood A-listers Bradley Cooper and Sienna Miller. On the other end was the poor performance of 1999's True Crime, which made a $60 million loss. This crime mystery starred Clint in the main role, alongside Isaiah Washington, James Woods, and Dennis Leary in supporting roles. Eastwood's financial advisor, Irving Leonard, created his production company with the earnings from the successful Dollars trilogy. Clint wanted to start his own production company because he saw other studios wasting money unnecessarily. Eastwood is known for finishing his films on schedule and on budget, or earlier and under budget, typically in less time than most production companies. With this in mind, we thought it would be fitting to see his best and worst return on investments. Award-winning revisionist western Unforgiven in 1992 came out trumps with an incredible ROI of 91.33%. The film had an adjusted budget of just $25.6 million and returned $295 million. The underappreciated and undervalued film in Eastwood's catalogue is the 1990 White Hunter Black Heart. The film sadly was a box office bomb, generating only $4.5 million from its budget of $47.7 million, leading it directly to last place with a return on investment of negative 960%. Over the 5 decades Clint has been directing films, we wanted to know which decade stood out from certain categories. We deducted a winning decade from the information gathered, and the 70s, in our opinion, wins out over the rest. Being new to directing, we think his stats speak for themselves. A massive return on investment. He himself acted in the roles for 83% of the films, and some true classics like High Plains Drifter and The Outlaw Josie Wales under his belt. This was followed closely by the 2010s, with the highest profit, albeit mainly from 2 films that starred Bradley Cooper and Tom Hanks as draw cards. As we approach the announcement of our winners and losers, we've compiled some top 5 lists to delve further into which films succeeded and which failed. We've already discussed the films in 1st and 2nd place. Interestingly, Gran Torino takes 3rd spot, followed by Bridges of Madison County and $1 Million Baby. First to third place have been mentioned previously, but Cry Macho takes fourth, and Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil takes fifth spot for least profitable film. It's interesting to see the top 5 return on investments don't match the top 5 most profitable. Play Misty for Me and The Outlaw Josie Wales were developed for minimal budget, yet returned great box office figures. The worst ROIs stay in line with least profitable films, just in a slightly shuffled order. With all this work, you have to have a winner and a loser. If you made it this far, then that time is now. We took all factors involved with the finances and added in one more very important aspect to ultimately determine our winner and loser, and that is ratings. Without the satisfaction and engagement from your audience, the figures don't mean anything. So our final results are finally here. In our humble opinion, 1992's Unforgiven, for its amazing return on investment, high profits, high ratings and critical acclaim, has taken the top trump. Sadly, 2021's Cry Macho, with its poor showing and generally mixed reviews, lands at bottom of the pile. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like button in support of our channel, and please check out the recommended video on screen now. We hope to see you there.